She said, I can't stand when my husband leaves his clothes on the floor, like on the floor in the bathroom. It's driving me nuts. Like, what do I do? And I said, just pick them up.
What are some of the questions that you typically get? I'm sure it's all wide spectrum, right? But when you have women that are reaching out to you, what are some of the maybe top types of questions, 1 or 2 questions that you typically get?
One of them for sure is just struggling with the submission part.
Okay.
Becoming more feminine in such a masculine world. And then just honestly, some reach out and they're like, I can't stand when my husband does this. How do I get around it? Or how do I communicate?
Can you give an example?
Just certain things. I mean, like, I got one the other day where she was like, I can't stand, and I actually responded to this one. She said, I can't stand when my husband leaves his clothes on the floor, like on the floor in the bathroom. It's driving me nuts. Like, what do I do? And I said, just pick them up.
Love it.
That is like the least, and I think that's such an issue in marriages is people get annoyed with like the littlest tiny thing. Every night when my husband takes a shower, he leaves his clothes on the bathroom floor and I just pick them up and I go put them in the laundry room. Because guess what? The laundry is my role in the household. So before you get married, it's a really good idea to be like, oh, like think of the stupidest little things and just be like, who is going to do this in our marriage? And then it makes everything just smooth and seamless.
So you think they're just overreacting over obviously, stupid stuff?
Yeah, it's like, oh, he won't stop leaving his plate in the sink, but just put it in the dishwasher.
Yeah, and do you think that all stems just because there's a lack of submission? And if they could just understand
that. Yeah, or
then...
there's this thought that like, oh, he thinks that I'm beneath him because he leaves his clothes here.
Got it.
No, he was just at work all day and just wanted to get in the shower and wasn't thinking about putting his clothes in the laundry room. Like, who cares?
Yeah, I always say, I mean, we can go and we can put a rocket in space, but ask me to make a baby bottle, and I'm like, it's like I'm launching.
Yeah,
something,
it's not like it's not natural. And I'm sure too that I've left my shoes by the door, and my husband has probably put them in the closet. Like he does things for me all day, and I probably don't notice them.
Right. You
so
don't mention. Yeah, he doesn't mention.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, what would you say the term? Because you call yourself a trad wife, right? You went viral for being a traditional wife.
Yes.
Okay. What does that mean? What is a traditional woman?
So I don't really, the buzzword trad wife kind of confuses me. I didn't label myself as that. New York Post did, but
got it.
I would call myself a traditional wife.
You're a traditional wife.
Yes.
And the New York Post is where you were published, right?
Yeah, Fox News and the New York Post kind of did like the same article, but there's this buzzword called trad wife. And I never really like thought of it. I just would say I'm a traditional wife. Like I have traditional values, but apparently there's like all this stuff tied to being a trad wife. So
like,
oh, like you dress like you're in the 50s and they only like they mill their flour and they don't wear makeup and they don't, get procedures done or whatever. So there's like this whole buzzword.
It's their way of labeling it and making
it
seem
they have to put
bad.
everybody into a little box.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just a traditional woman.